Hello, I'm George Takei. You know, people are always asking me about playing Sulu on Star Trek.
George, hold that Star Trek anecdote. You need it backstage.
Oh, no problem. Beam us up.
Oh! Impressive, right? He's still got it. Let's start the show! So, welcome to the show. We've got a great show for you tonight. I tell you, I couldn't be more thrilled and fascinated if I was Prince William looking at a basketball. I've never seen one before. It's like his godmother talking to a black person. That's Kate and Wills. That's Kate and Wills on their visit to Boston this week. Some locals are pleased to see Wills at a basketball game, though he wasn't the royal they most wanted to see at a court in America. The World Cup continues, yes. Can I just say commiserations to Wales, if there's anyone sorry about that. But congratulations to England, who are through to the next round. Yeah. Did you see that one brave English fan watching the game in Cardiff? Look at that. If you want to pay your respects, her funeral's on Wednesday. England's next game is against Senegal. Oh, could be interesting. A bankrupt third world country with a corrupt government against the African champions. Hey, let's get some guests on! Later, we'll have music from Swedish pop sensations. First Aid Kit. Love them. But first, it wouldn't be Christmas without a new cookbook from this celebrity chef and campaigner. It's the one-pan wonder, Jamie Oliver! Oh. Hello, sir. Lovely to see you. Oh, we're hugging. Christmas hugging. How does he do? She's the queen of Strictly, an author and now presenter of the reality game show The Traitors. It's Claudia Winkleman! Have a seat, too. This man has lived long and prospered as Sulu in the classic sci-fi hit Star Trek. Now he's bringing his new musical, Allegiance, to the West End stage. It is none other than George Takei, everybody! George Takei, lovely to see you.
Hanging on to you for support.
You're good. Sit as fast as you can. George Takei, everyone! She's the Oscar-nominated star of The English Patient, Four Weddings and a Funeral, and Darkest Hour. Now returning to our TV screens in the spy thriller Slow Horses, it's Kristen Scott Thomas! Hello! How does he do? Hey! Very good. Lovely to see you all. It's a welcome back. First time welcome to George. Hello. And now, Christian, it's your first time on the sofa, I think.
I think so, because last time we were in funny little kind of chairs.
Pods.
Yeah,
pods. Yeah, it was like pods, but no. Now, sofa back. And have we dragged you over from France to be here?
No.
OK.
But tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn, I'm going to Belgium.
Oh, OK.
Yes, I like to keep moving.
You always keep moving. But you don't live in Belgium?
No, I live in London.
OK.
Yeah.
Wow, she is like a spy. I'm not surprised you're in a spy thriller, yeah. I cannot tell you where I live. And George Takei, Star Trek legend, but yes, but... You can still do it.
Live long and prosper.
Yes, still do it. But the weird thing is you have a catchphrase, and it's not that. And your catchphrase isn't even from Star Trek.
No, it's from a shock jock named Howard Stern.
Yeah.
He's a dear friend, and he's been a partner of ours, my husband Brad, in talking up equality for LGBT people. And but I had never met him when I was first invited to do his show. I was doing a play in New York, and when you're doing a play, the publicist gives you your assignment.
Yeah.
So I went to that address on Madison Avenue. They asked me to wait on a couch sort of like this, and they had the radio on. And I was looking through magazines, and I thought, that show that they have on is disgusting. It's a vile conversation. So I said to the person sitting next to me waiting, I said, why can't we have good music here? This is terrible. And she said, that's the show we're waiting to go on. And then right on cue, the receptionist came, ushered me into the studio. I walked in, and there's this tall, wild-haired, horn-rimmed glass guy. And I said, good morning. And he says, you have a deep voice. A voice like that must have a big dong below. I asked, are we on the air? And he said, yep. And I said, oh my. And he had it on tape. And so whether I'm there on the show or not, when someone says something or does something outrageous, he presses a button and my voice comes on. Oh my. And it's become my signature.
Oh my. I'm sure there was plenty of occasions to say oh my in Blackpool a couple of weeks ago, Claudia.
Yes, there is that.
Yes.
I can't believe you brought up the B word. I do a dancing thing, and we all go to Blackpool. And I'm just trying to explain.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
OK. And we love going to Blackpool because it's the world's greatest ballroom. It's called the Tower Ballroom. We all go up there. There's gazillions of us. We do the show, and then we get pickled. And
Pickled?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that sour cucumber that way.
We might also do that. I'll be honest, we can't remember a lot of it, but we have a brilliant time. We end up doing the conga. We're just so excited to be in Blackpool.
Yeah. And of course, Strictly this weekend, mad, because it's already been on tonight.
Yes, I apologise. And then the results as tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, they all did very well.
I just turn up whenever I go, OK, I'm here with sandwiches.
OK, very good. And Jamie Oliver is here. I can't believe this. If this is going to be your 26th cookbook.
I believe so, yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's been a long time.
That's amazing. But, and you limit yourself now, not just in recipes, but apparently there's words you won't use in recipes. Is
Yes.
that right?
No, well, because when I write books, I'm dyslexic, so I have quite a relationship with the books and how I put them together, and numbers and words. And then there were certain words that didn't quite work in the culinary situation, so I basically banned words. And then I made the whole editorial team agree and sign to never, ever.
But now, some of them I understand, but there's a list of them. This is the list of the banned words. Now, moist, I know what you mean, but some recipes should be moist.
They all have reason.
I'm not sure I mean, do you ever need crevice?
No, crevice. Well, yeah, because if you're stuffing, like, a shoulder of lamb and you want to really get it into the crevice, you say crevice, but crevice and dinner doesn't really work, as does rimming. And rimming is really important in pastry work. Because you have to give it a good rimming to get the pastry, and then you bake it.
We're in Blackpool again.
Oh my!
Yeah. Bad words. All right, look, we're starting tonight with Kristen Scott Thomas. She returns in season 2 of Slow Horses. It starts tonight with new episodes every Friday on Apple TV+. I am so looking forward to this. I was gushing to you out front. I am a big fan of the show. But if people hadn't seen the first season, what have they missed? What do they need to know going into season 2?
Well, Gary Oldman plays a sort of a spy who's done unspeakable things and has been relegated to a distant department, which is still part of all the service, but they kind of put them in a cupboard over there. And anyone who does anything silly, like leave a top-secret file on a train or sleep with an ambassador's wife or anything like that, you know, they get shoved. That's a sort of sin bin, if you like.
Yeah.
It's a sort of underbelly of spying. Of course, I don't belong there.
No.
No. Actually, no, I'm at Regent's Park, which is where the main thing happens.
Yeah.
I sort of keeping an eye on them, making sure they don't mess anything up again, because they're always interfering with my plans.
I tell you what, look, let's have a clip of what to expect from season 2.
I do not need the slow horses digging around the past.
This feels too suspicious.
What does that actually mean?
There's more to it.
There has been an alert.
There's a traitor right at the top. He has unfinished business.
There is a plane packed with explosives. Thousands of people, they're gonna die.
Sometimes the only way to work out why a trap has been set is to walk into it.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also got fantastic music.
Yeah, really good
The
music.
theme tune is fantastic.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you don't do much TV. Was Fleabag the last bit of television you did?
Yes, I think it was. Yeah, I did quite a bit of television in my youth. I haven't done very much recently, and Slow Horses was irresistible.
Yeah.
But Fleabag was also irresistible. I mean, I've been longing for that woman to call me and ask me to do something, and she did.
And it was only one episode, but it made quite the impact.
Yes, it did. It did. I'm a reference.
Yeah. Are you a reference?
Yes, a menopause reference. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's celebrate.
But now, obviously, you were in the episode of Fleabag, and you did TV when you were young. But this, I think, as a kind of a lead actor, this is your first kind of foray into long-form television.
Yeah.
So what's that like, coming from film to this episode of TV?
I find it quite challenging because I'm not in it all the time. So it's a bit like being a new girl every 3 weeks. You get to be a new girl again. And have to start again with everything. And so I go in and I shoot one day and then it's goodbye, and just as you're getting into a rhythm, you're whipped away and they've forgotten all about you, and then you come back sort of 6 weeks later and you start again.
Yeah.
So it's quite tricky, and you have to remember so many different plot lines in your head, which is difficult for me.
And also, I suppose it's trying to pace your performance over 6 hours.
Yeah, and also then you're shooting episode 7, but then because you're in the same place, you're going to shoot episode 1, but not necessarily in that order, in a different order, and then you'll do half of one and half of another, and you're completely muddling.
Because, George, I mean, Star Trek, basically, you were in it over a span of 30 years. What's it like playing one character for that long?
Well, it's science fiction. So unlike series television, where you play the same character week after week, in one episode, we might have been attacked by a vibration that destroys our inhibition, and we start acting out what we were trying to hide, all of us. And so we get to play a whole totally different character.
OK. And, Jamie, I know you're a big Star Wars fan.
Yep.
Star Trek, did it do it for you?
I loved it.
Oh, did you? Oh, good.
No, I loved it to bits. Used to watch it all the time as a kid. It was exciting. But the merch wasn't quite up there with Star Wars. I was into the merch, all the figures and stuff like that. But, no, it's lots of memories as a kid.
I've eaten at your restaurants, too.
Have you?
And, you're Italian.
Thank you.
I love Italian food.
Oh, bless you. Well, we'll get you some more. Come round. While you're here, you're going to be here for a while?
I am, until April.
I'll cook for you. How about that? That'll be a deal.
We'll be there.
And, George, the conventions, I know you're going to... Are you going to a Star Trek convention this weekend?
Day after tomorrow.
OK.
Yes.
Where?
In Telford. They call it the Welsh Convention, but apparently there's something reconstruction happening at the venue in Wales. So they brought it over the border to Telford. And so, Star Trek fans, I'll see you. Live long and prosper.
And you go to loads of these conventions.
I do quite a few of them, yes.
Yeah, wow.
All over the world.
Yeah.
Brazil, Germany, Italy, Japan.
What happens there?
We talk about Star Trek.
But like in a group? Like...
we have questions
okay.
and answer, and we have autograph signing.
Yeah.
And we have the the photos
Yeah.
that we posed together, you know, like this.
Of course. And now, Chris, I feel like a fool because it wasn't until season 1 came out that I'd heard about the books.
Yep.
The Slow Horses books, which people love.
They love them. I'd never heard of them because it's not really my thing, you know. But anyway, I was told you've got to read these books. But, you know, they're a stack of books this big, so I started to listen to the audiobooks. But, of course, that's a disaster. Because what happens, you know, after about... It could be 20 seconds, it could be 2 hours, you have no idea, but suddenly you're asleep. So I then had to, you know, really apply myself and read these books, which are marvellous. Mick Herron, fantastic.
So are there loads of these books? So there's going to be more...
Yeah.
There will be more Slow Horses.
Perhaps.
No, I think it's been... I think it hasn't...
Has it been announced?
It has. No, I'm pretty sure that's out in the public world.
Is it?
Yeah, unless you die in this season and no one told you.
No, I don't know. I know that.
Well, then you're in it.
I'm not sure how many there are or for how long it goes on for.
OK, I thought I read somewhere that they've commissioned 2 more seasons. Have I made that up?
No.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, let's just throw it out into the ether. Yeah, let's manifest it. Let's make it true. It's a terrific show. Just a reminder that Slow Horses continues on Apple TV+. Very good. OK, yeah. We move on to Claudia Winkleman's latest. This is great. It's a reality psychological game show called The Traitors. Now, it's stripped Tuesday to Thursday on BBC One. If you haven't seen it yet, you can catch up on iPlayer. And the reviews of this are great. They are so good because it is very hooky. It's a Dutch format. Tell us what goes on.
So they asked me to do it, which was polite of them. I mean, I must have been 51st on their list, but I imagine... You did turn it down.
No,
yes, you did. So did you, George, and Jamie. Of course you. Anyway, they said, would you like to do this show and you have to move to Scotland? And I don't travel anywhere. And I said, no, thank you, thanks for asking. Can do. And they said, will you just watch the Dutch version? Just be open-minded. They sent me it. Those kids did not get fed. I didn't brush my teeth. I watched it, the Dutch version like this, weeping. I loved it so much because it's a game of... Every other game show is sort of about luck or about, oh, yeah, I've got that bit of knowledge. I remember I did ancient history, I know this. This is purely a game of charm, of nous, of being wily. And, yeah, so I phoned up the boss and said, I'm getting the train. Please let me do it.
So it's 22 people. They get to a castle in Scotland.
Yeah.
You choose 3 people to be the traitors.
Yes, they all come together, 22 people. There's an awful lot of money they can win. They win this money by all together doing trials in the day, which is quite good, when they don't have to think about who's a traitor, who's a faithful. Every night, they all come together. They're allowed to banish somebody. There are 3 traitors. They can murder people at night. Whoever's left gets the money, and if there is a traitor left in their midst, they take it all, and it's up to £120,000.
So it's one of those shows, if you watch it, it's the sort of show you will want to talk to people about the next day. Did you see it? We've got a little clip. This is from next Tuesday's episode, episode 4, and there's an explosive revelation at breakfast.
Guys, straight up, this is a lot.
Yep.
Obviously, we've got 3 people on the line here, and I'll go be honest, love you all. Alex isn't a traitor, straight up. She's my girlfriend. We came in here as a couple, but we came to try and find traitors. What we tried to do is come apart separately, here where there were individual stories, to combine them, to then try and spot out traitors. She is a faithful 100%. I am faithful 100%. I'll be honest with you, I do think Ivan is a traitor. I'm going to be getting really close to you because I actually think you are the traitor. I think you're an incredible traitor, by the way. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Tom, you're barking up the wrong tree.
No, he is.
No.
Tom,
I'm sorry to say this, but you lied to us for 3 days.
No, stop.
Then you managed to lie to us for 3 days. Say something. Hear him out.
Oh, my gosh, man.
They're losing their minds.
Can I just say the duty of care is really good on the show? I think we were just like, let's put them in a castle and make them not trust anyone.
But Claudia, I love that because she looks shocked that she's his girlfriend. You go, you're my girlfriend. She goes, what?
She was like, don't do that because then they're going to come for us.
But now that you've seen it all, do you...
I can't watch myself. It's disgusting.
No, but you've seen them. But do you now know what makes someone good at this game?
Yes.
What makes someone good at this game?
Charm.
But lying must be a big part of being good at this game.
Lying is really good, and deception, Yes.
Yeah. No, because I'm just thinking actor would be very good at this game. Good at lying.
Yes.
No.
You must be good at lying.
I'm terrible, terrible.
Really?
Yeah, you have to pay me. Then...
There's money on the line here.
Yeah, we should do that.
No, I can't think of anything... Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I can't think of anything worse than being involved in something like that. It must be so stressful.
It is well, the other thing that's interesting is when you watch it unfold, you think immediately, I'm just going to be on the side of the faithful and I want them to get those naughty traitors out. But your allegiances change, they go back again, because you actually respect great gameplay.
Yes.
Listen, I'm obsessed, I'm far too in. We can start a WhatsApp chat.
Yeah.
If you watch it, I would genuinely... I need to find people to talk about it with.
I'm with you. You watch it, you want to talk about it.
I'm like,
Jamie, chefs must lie all the time.
What do you mean?
Delicious.
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, yes, it's done. Yes, it's meant to be like that.
Can I just ask you, the special, you know when you go to a restaurant?
Yeah.
It's not special, right? It's called a special. That's the first lie. We have a special. We have ox tongue with a little bit of baked beans and some parsley. Is it just stuff that you've got?
It can be utilising leftovers and whole meat and being creative with carcass balance. No, I mean, it should represent something special and seasonal.
OK.
But, I mean, don't get me wrong, the specials board can lie.
Yeah. And also, that kind of, this is really easy. I feel sometimes that's a lie as well. Anyone can do this.
Depends on who's watching.
Yeah.
It's quite subjective.
It really is.
I love
lying.
subjective. I lie to my kids all the time.
Really?
I mean, yes, and again, don't worry, they're not watching. I lied for the first 12 years of my son's life, my eldest son's life. He was like, Mummy, have you found Nutella? I was like, do you know what? I am keeping my eyes peeled. And the minute I find it, I'm going to get a jar. He was like, oh, fingers crossed. I was like, I am looking... They still believe that iPads don't work in residential properties. I was like, I don't know why. It's a malfunction, because if they did work at home, of course we would have them. They only work at the dentist. And they were like, it seems like so... And the little one is like, it's so elusive of the iPad that it doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, go read the book.
Isn't your daughter got her own back, though, with another big lie?
This is bad, yeah. So our daughter, she's 16, she was in lockdown, she was revising for her GCSEs or whatever, and we had a parent-teacher meeting. It was like 8 months in. Poor teachers were working so hard. We were incredibly grateful. We sat there, and she's super cute. Obviously, I think she's super cute, but she's like in bunches next to me. And the head of year said, look, I know we shouldn't bring this up because Tilda says you guys are really embarrassed about it, but we just have to say we are so sorry about your lack of Wi-Fi. I was like, come again? Also, by the way, I'm doing my Radio 2 show live from the airing cupboard. We've got full Wi-Fi, if nothing else. And I just went, I'm sorry, and Tilda, can I have for 8 months? I was like, good luck and double mash. She was like, doing like TikToks in her room. I haven't done anything. The biggest lie of all. And also wrote quite cleverly in the email, please don't mention it to my parents because they're slightly embarrassed and the Wi-Fi is really dodgy, and I don't want to tell them because they're homeschooling 3 of us, and I just want to be supportive, so I'm going to...
So what did you do? Did you go along with it? Did you back her up?
Absolutely not. I'm not that good a liar. I was like, no, we have Wi-Fi. We're OK. Tilda!
Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow the fortunes of the traders on BBC One Tuesday through Thursday evenings. Very good. Now... George Takei, you bring us a new musical. I mean, you didn't see this coming. You just thought, well, it'll be a film, a TV... No, it's a new musical. It's called Allegiance. It's at the Charing Cross Theatre from the 7th of January to the 8th of April. And this is extraordinary. So this is based on an experience that your family had.
Well, 120,000 Japanese Americans, American citizens of Japanese ancestry. Pearl Harbor was bombed by Japan. And overnight, the racism and war hysteria swept through the country. We looked just like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor. We were yelled at, spat at, called ugly names. Graffitis were painted on businesses, homes. My father's car had the letters JAP painted on it. It was a horrible time, and the government was swept up as well. With no charge, no trial, they came down with a curfew on us. The next morning, when my father went to the bank to make a deposit or a withdrawal, our bank account was frozen. Our money was taken over by the government. Some families lost their entire life savings. And then on a fateful day, February 19th, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a great president, signed Executive Order 9066, which ordered all Japanese Americans on the West Coast, approximately 120,000 of us, to be summarily rounded up and imprisoned in 10 barbed wire prison camps in some of the most god-awful places in the country. 3 layers of barbed wire fence, machine guns in the sentry towers, and a half a dozen tanks intimidating and bullying. The tanks were vehicles of warfare.
And you were experiencing all this as a child. And I read somewhere later on, you were talking to your father about it. So things you remembered as a child, like you remembered when you were taken out of your house, that you thought the neighbours were kind of waving goodbye, lining the streets. But that isn't what they were doing.
Oh, well, on that morning, my father came into our bedroom that I shared with my brother, Henry. He dressed us hurriedly and told us to play in the living room while our parents did some last-minute packing. And there was nothing to do in the living room, so we were standing by the front window, just gazing out at the neighborhood, when we suddenly saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway. They carried rifles with shiny bayonets on them. They stomped up the porch, and our window was right by the steps. They stomped across the porch and started banging on the door. Henry and I were frozen. My father came rushing out of the bedroom, answered the door. They pointed the bayonet at my father and said, "Get your family out." My father gave us, Henry and me, boxes tied in with twine to carry. He hefted 2 heavy suitcases, and we followed him out onto the driveway, and we waited for our mother. And when she emerged, escorted by the other soldier, she had our baby sister in one arm, a huge duffel bag in the other, and tears were streaming down her cheek. The terror of that morning is seared into my memory. I will never, I mean, that happened now, just about 80 years ago. It's still there and vivid. I can never forget that morning.
But now you've done this beautiful thing. You've transformed it into a musical. It's played on Broadway. Now it's coming to London. We've got a little taste. This is you in that production with the Tony Award winner, Lea Salonga. Here we go.
Listen to Oji-chan. Take a look at Paige, Peppa very bad. Now I look at Keiko, see how Keiko very sad. But Peppa also changed. I folded up this way.
A paper flower blossom.
Just like Kate.
Nothing blooms at Heart Mountain.
You want bet? $2 say. I make garden grow in hard ground.
You're on.
Ha. You're gonna lose.
I mean, it's such a kind of a beautiful way to complete this horrible story. And I just wonder, have your brother and sister, did they come to see it on Broadway?
Oh, of course, of course.
I mean, it must have been so weird for them to see their memories on stage like that.
My baby sister, who's now a lady, says she thinks she remembers, but she's not sure. She thinks she remembers because we told her our parents and me. But Henry doesn't remember too much either. They went through that, but they were too young to really be affected by it.
George, it's a fascinating story. You can see George Takei's allegiance at the Charing Cross Theatre from the 7th of January. Now, let's move on. Jamie Oliver of Fortescue brings us a new cookbook for Christmas. And what's great about Jamie is it's not just a book, it's always a great idea. And this year is no different. So, Jamie, tell us all about one.
Oh, well, this is a book devoted to your hatred of washing up. Yes. Oh, yeah. So, I've been trying for years to find the sweet spot, and clearly I have. But, yeah, I think just the idea, especially now more than ever, just time, not too many ingredients, in one vessel, less washing up, cover all the bases, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, nibbles, hangovers. Hangover cures, sorry, not hangovers. But, yeah, I mean, it's... I'm still, you know, plucking away, trying to be, you know, useful.
And there's dishes for everyone. There's dishes... Now, Claudia, are you a fussy eater? I feel...
Can I just say this? I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting next to you. Your food is unbelievable. And I love your videos on Instagram. And I always... Even stuff that I'm not sure, like... Get an apple, grate it, put it on some, I don't know, meringue. Whatever you do, I want to do it. So I'm just saying that.
Not sure he's done that.
No, but you put up ribs this week.
Yeah.
And me and my husband, let's try and do that. But I don't believe in aubergine. Is there aubergine in it?
Yes, yeah. It's one of my favourite...
Feast your eyes on...
What is that?
Hasselback aubergine pie.
Yeah, man.
No, guys, no. I don't... No.
Britain has a bad relationship with aubergines. We don't really understand the beauty that is within them. So, you know, my job is to give you basically about 80% of what you want and about 20% of what you didn't know you wanted yet.
Yeah.
And aubergine's definitely in that camp. But it's amazing because it's not... You don't just have to have it fried. It can be, like, really soft and steamed.
Mulchy.
And you can put any flavour you can imagine. Yes, but you can make it tender, you can make it crisp. Anyway.
The fact that it both happens at the same time, so it's, like, fleshy, but also hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, great science. I don't accept it. But I will... But one pan is genius.
Yes. Kristen, are you, like, cordon bleu French chef?
No. But I do love to cook. I do love to cook.
French food?
Yes, I do like to cook French food, but I find it very difficult to want to cook here.
Why? What's that? Well,
because I don't like going to a farmer's market, because a market is obviously a farmer, right?
Yeah.
So...
Is it the name that annoys you?
Yes, it does. It annoys me. I mean, you wouldn't say, no, I'm going to this really nice industrial market. Would you?
No.
Because
There's some amazing markets
I can't find anything that doesn't come in a packet.
Yeah, well, the plastic problem...
That is a real problem. And now, with this no sell-by date, but you can't actually get to what you're buying with no sell-by date, so you don't know that it's completely had it when you get it home and you open it. So it's a sort of...
I feel a campaign coming.
I feel a campaign coming.
Yeah. And weirdly, isn't it funny how things change? I had forgotten that in, I think it was 2008, we all saw you, George, eating all sorts on I'm a Celebrity. I'd forgotten you were an I'm a Celebrity. You were top 3.
Yeah.
There you are. I don't know what you're eating there. You liked some of it, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Insects are delicious. There, they were alive, skittering about.
That's less delicious.
So the challenging part was catching them, and then once you put it in your mouth, you start chewing right away, and it's crunchy and nut-like. Cockroaches, grasshoppers.
Fresh enough for you, Kristen? No packaging there.
The French are venturesome eaters. Who would think of eating frogs' legs or all the other things that...
Snails,
the French
delicious.
eat? If you love French food, you have to be venturesome. In the jungles, we had to be venturesome to survive.
Yeah.
That's my line. I couldn't do that.
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't.
You couldn't eat a
Oh, you're going to eat a kangaroo's penis?
You're right about that.
I would definitely throw
I
up.
did it.
Yeah.
But no one's... Has anyone actually thrown up yet?
Yes, I think so. As you said it, I
would be
had a
terrible.
memory.
I'm sure. And also, because we could probably all eat kangaroo penis, but you need to do something with, like, you know, sautéed in garlic or something.
Put it in one
some
pan.
aubergine,
Put it in one pan.
There's nothing more tasteless than kangaroo penis. There's no taste.
You have a lot of experience.
It's leathery and thick, and you gotta chew it.
I know.
And
It's sort of a relief to know it's tasteless, though.
totally.
They could have, like, slow-cooked it or something.
Slow cooking.
Well, it's a lot of chewing, isn't it?
No, but there's no flavor to it.
Yeah.
You'd have to add garlic.
I had something... helps, definitely,
Yeah.
with the penis. I had a...
Sometimes.
Say that again.
Helps with the penis. Oh, my.
Oh, my, indeed.
Yeah.
And, Jamie, we must mention your extraordinary campaigning, the amount of energy you put into your campaigning. And are you one of the very few people who met Prime Minister Liz Truss?
No, I knew... I knew it would be quick innings. I could feel it in my, in my heart. No, didn't. But we kind of knew it wasn't going to be great for child health because we've been tracking her for about 3 years, and we kind of know they move around quite a lot in their jobs. So I knew it wasn't going to last very long.
And as we head
she
towards...
did beat my expectations.
Really. As we head towards the Christmas holidays and the Christmas school holidays, what are you hoping for?
We have a campaign at the moment where there is a gap between the free school lunch kids and the universal credit kids, and it's about 800,000 children, and they're from very challenged families financially, and they're very vulnerable, and I've seen it, and I've worked in it, and I've been in this area for 17 years, and it is hard to take when you see it and the pressure on the family. We've recognised it for about 4 years, and as we go into winter, as we go into cost of living, I think we have to fix it, and no one wants to fix it because there's a lot of problems, but I just think when it comes to vulnerable kids and how we treat them and how society treats them, there is limits, and I think this is one. So we do believe it's really, really important.
It is really important. Good luck with the new book. It's One Simple One-Pound Wonders, and that is out now. Jamie Oliver, everybody. OK, it is time for music. The soulful Swedish sisters are back after 5 years with a stunning new album, Palomino. Performing Out of My Head, it is First Aid Kit!
Every door that I've been closing, all the people that I have let down on a river, I'm floating down the street and back again like a beggar on my knees. Am I running out of time? Stuck inside my dream. Tongue heavy upon my shoulders, slowly drowning in the sound. Every door just flew open, praying I'd stay tethered to the ground on a river. I'm floating down the street and back again like a prisoner. Set me free. Am I
big up the rest of the band as well. Come on over. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Come in, have a sit down. There's champagne waiting for you. Hello, hello, hello. Sit down, champagne, more champagne. He's such a host. He's such a host.
thanks
Now,
so much.
there's room for all. Thank you so much for that. Yes, cheers. Cheers, ladies. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. That is from the new album, Palomino. There you are, and there you are with some horses. Palomino. So are you both big fans of horses?
No. I'm terrified, to be honest.
I mean, we like them from afar.
But that's you right beside
Yeah,
the
I was
horse.
terrified. We were by a cliff with aggressive horses.
No, they weren't aggressive.
They were.
I know you were really scared.
Why did you choose to call it Palomino and then pose with horses?
Yeah, and they're not even Palomino horses.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to push it further. But yeah, no, they're not. They're just some random horses. But well done for your art. For your art. Very good. Because, Christina, people think you like horses. Why do people think...
I can't stand horses, I'm with you. No, because when I was, yes, a younger woman, along with the champagne and the cigarettes, I got a lot of horses to ride in films. One very, very good film called The Horse Whisperer. And as I signed the contract, I thought, oh, God, might have to ride a horse.
Yeah, chances are. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I really enjoyed that part of the... I liked riding horses in America.
Is it easier in America or something?
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, Western style.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a big saddle and you have huge stirrups and...
Yeah. Try horses in America. Yeah. You'll love it there. Yeah. OK, so you don't like horses, but I know that you really love dogs. Now, so who owns this little guy?
That's my baby. That's Pablo.
Pablo.
Yeah, he's a Spanish street dog.
He's new in your life?
I've had him for about 4 years.
Oh,
yeah,
OK.
But
So how did you get from Spain?
I found him on Facebook. And there was...
Did he just friend you randomly?
And this was the picture, and it said, "I'm so ugly, nobody wants me." And then it was done. I had to have him, and I think he's the most beautiful little man.
He is gorgeous. Is there something wrong with him?
Yes. Yes, there is.
I call him El Diablo.
Yes,
Yeah,
Pablo Diablo. Yeah, he's not a nice dog. He's nice to
He
me.
loves you.
He loves the people he knows. He loves, but he's scared of strangers, and probably for the reasonable reasons.
Yeah, he's probably had some stuff go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So Pablo must be missing you because you're on tour right now, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I miss him. Yeah.
So how long is the tour? Just here, or are you going other places?
Yeah, just
UK right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about it because I think it's all sold out, isn't it?
Pretty much. There's a few tickets left in Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff.
Stupid Cardiff. They're all going to the Star Trek convention. That's the problem.
May you live long and prosper.
Well, listen, good luck with the rest of the tour. And come on, Cardiff, sell out. And thank you so much for that gorgeous performance. Johanna and Clara. First Aid Kit, everybody. Yeah. Right, that's nearly it. Well, we go just time for a visit to the big red chair. This is your favourite part of the show, I know.
I have a sort of vague memory of something being really repulsive, some really repulsive story.
Really? That sounds so unlikely.
It's amazing. The whole thing, really perplexing.
Well, bless...
The whole idea of coming... Anyway.
Yeah.
No, they're brilliant stories. OK.
And they're so nervous about being flipped, and then they're not flipped, and it's somehow magical.
All right. Claudia, I hope this doesn't disappoint you. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
I have high hopes. Come on. I have high hopes. What's your name?
I'm Sue.
Sue. Lovely, Sue. And where do you live, Sue?
Sutton Coldfield.
Oh, Sutton Coldfield!
Favour, Sue.
Home of the anecdote. And what do you do in Sutton Coldfield, Sue? Is your name Sue?
Yes.
Oh, it is, good.
Yeah. I'm a health and safety lawyer.
Ooh.
Come on, Sue, give us the dirt.
Do you know why she's here? It's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
You wearing a neck brace?
You're not going to get flipped. OK, off you go with your story, Sue.
Well, this was a few years ago. I went on holiday with the family and we decided to go to a water park for the day with the kids.
Good start.
And as soon as you walk in, there's these great big drop slides in front of you and the kids immediately wanted to go on those. So, OK, better go now before the queues build up. But it took us about an hour to get to the top of these slides and there were hundreds of people around. It was just massive, massive queues. And I thought I'd got to go first because otherwise I'm just not going to do it. I'd psych myself out. So I'd read all the instructions, obviously, and got onto the top of the... I got to the top of the slide, and it said, cross your legs, which I did, and cross your arms, which I did. And the guide then said, wait for my signal. OK. And I am a big screamer on the thrill rides. So he said, right, wait for my signal, go. And I shut my eyes and opened my mouth and I screamed. At the top of my voice, I was screaming. And I was absolutely flying down this ride. It was so smooth and there was water rushing down and it was just the most amazing ride. And as my scream came to an end, as it petered out, I could hear this voice in my ear saying, ma'am, you need to push off if you want to enjoy this ride.
Hey, oh, you can walk, Sue. You can walk. Good, clean family fun. That really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to go in that red chair yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via our website to this very address. Please say a huge thank you to all of my guests tonight. First Aid Kit! Jamie Oliver! Claudia Winkleman! George Takei! And Kristen Scott Thomas! Join me next week with music from Ollie Murs, comedian Jack Whitehall, celebrity baker Nadia Hussein, national treasure Sir Lenny Henry, and Oscar winner Kate Winslet. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
The Queens of the North have gone global. Canada's Drag Race versus the world. Press red now to have some fun on BBC iPlayer. Here next, today's surprise World Cup highlights.